If you do a search on wealth killer, you get videos like these. Not so spoiler alert, the answer is a car. Now, I'm sure these YouTubers mean well because they even give advice on how you can save or make money while owning your car. But I guarantee that most of their viewers will not even follow through with the advice. The reason is because the cars that you can buy with $5,000 cash are not Instagram worthy. And you definitely can't make a TikTok video using Julia Roberts' line from the movie Notting Hill.
I'm also just a girl.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Standing in front of a boy.
So, in this video, we're going to address the real problem, the mother of all wealth killers, and how you can change course and put yourself on track to a better financial future. Saying that buying an expensive car is the number one wealth killer is like saying the problem with a sinking ship is it's taking too much water. So, we should just keep working on removing the water instead of figuring out where is the water coming from. The car itself is not the problem. In fact, when used correctly, a car can help you make money. Because a car can help you get to work. A car can also help you make money when used for ride sharing or delivery services. Another example, it can also help your business generate more income. For example, if you have a lawn care business, buying a truck can haul all your equipment or better equipment, so you can service more customers in a day. The same goes for a general contractor who carries a lot of tools or move a lot of construction materials. Okay, so when does a car turn from a solution to a problem? It is when you choose a car that costs more than its intended purpose. And that is to get you from A to B or help you move things from A to B. Anything than that becomes a luxury item. And that is pretty much true for almost all things, like clothes, shoes, or even a water cup. It so happens that a car can quickly kill wealth because a car payment is continuous and it's the second largest expense outside of a home. So what would influence someone to spend more than the use of the item? This scene from the movie Having Fun with Dick and Jane, starring Jim Carrey and Tia Leone, where Dick's neighbor pulls up with a brand new Mercedes-Benz and highlights the new feature of the car.
It's a new Mercedes S500. You can only special order these from Germany. Mercedes, on.
The clip highlights one of our human needs. That is, the need for love and belongingness according to Abraham Maslow. Back in the day, you're only able to see your neighbor's driveway or yard. But today, you're able to see inside of their house, like bathroom, closet, or even inside their pantry. Not only that, thanks to social media, everyone in the world can be your neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
You can live in some rural countryside and still know what it looks like to live in big cities like Miami or Los Angeles. See, proximity, or the area you live in, creates a baseline. That is, the definition of what is the norm for you. The people in your neighborhood probably eat in the same restaurant as you do, wears the same kinds of clothes, drive vehicles in a similar price point. Basically the same lifestyle. But if you were to remove the boundaries of distance, you're now comparing your lifestyles to those living in more affluent neighborhoods. The crazy part is that now becomes your new baseline or new norm. But it is only normal for them because people living in that neighborhood probably makes the same income. So, wealth killers are habits or behaviors that prevent someone from building and maintaining wealth over time. These habits and behaviors are based on who are we comparing our lives with. Okay, this is how it starts. You follow an influencer because you can relate to them, or they share the same interests as you do. Then that influencer starts to gain more followers. So, they get approached by brands to promote their products. And because you want to show how much you appreciate all the times they made you laugh or the advice they gave, you then buy their products. That influencer starts to make money, a lot of money. And you notice it from the car they drive, the clothes they wear, or they live in a nicer place. Remember how the initial connection was made? The follower and influencer had something in common. But when the influencer upgraded their lifestyle, you feel that you don't relate to them anymore. So in order to get things back to the norm, you imitate them by upgrading your own lifestyle. The only difference is that the follower's income didn't improve at the same rate as the influencers did. So whatever purchase or lifestyle change that was made to match what is the norm, that is the wealth killer. Okay, so how do you beat the system or get out of the trap? The first thing to do is remove emotion from the equation. Just look at your credit card bill and your checking account. All you're doing is comparing which number is bigger. Listen, I'm being serious here. I don't mean to insult anyone's intelligence. It really is that simple. I had this conversation with one of the commenters in the video I made about the car loan crisis. Now, I do agree that people will need financial education to know how to budget, manage debt, and invest. But you don't need a financial education to know if you can afford something or not. In fact, math is the simplest thing in the world because it eliminates emotion. 4 is always going to be greater than 2, regardless of your sex, religion, language, or time zone. It doesn't care if you're happy, sad, or not in the mood. 4 is still greater than 2. But do you know the only time when 2 is greater than 4? When the need to impress people is stronger than the logic. And that's with a watch, a car, a trip, or even a temperature regulating cup. So take your time and look at your expenses and compare that with your income. Denying it will not make it any better. Second, do a social media detox. Remove any social media app on your phone. It'll be hard at first because you're breaking a habit or an addiction. But just do it, believe me. Do it for the next 3 to 6 months. Now, that might not even be long enough. But even in that short period of time, I bet you'll start to see the difference in your bank or credit card statements. What I'm saying is that your spending habits will start to change slowly. I intentionally use the words habit and slowly. That's because old habits are hard to break, but it's not impossible. In fact, it's happened many times before to people with far worse situations. I met someone who used to make pizzas and now makes over $3 million per month because he was able to change his habits. You can learn about his story and the secret behind his wealth by clicking in this video right here.